dramatic day in court as a convicted killer hyperventilates, sending paramedics rushing inside with a stretcher.
Today, a judge sentenced Thu Hong Nguyen to 74 years in prison. She was convicted of intentionally setting a fire that killed two Kansas City firefighters, John Mesh and Larry Leggio, in 2015. 41 Action News reporter Sarah Blake was in court where the firefighters' family members spoke today. Sarah.
That's right. The courtroom was packed on both sides, full of supporters of those fallen firefighters as the judge handed down her 74-year sentence to Nguyen, and had a few surprises today in court. But what really stood out was the emotional testimonies of the families. Thu Hong Nguyen will spend 74 years in prison for setting the fire at her nail salon that killed Kansas City firemen John Mesh and Larry Leggio in October 2015.
We think that that merits. It was proven in court that this individual did what she was accused of doing, and unfortunately we had to lose John and Larry, but now she is paying the price for those actions on that night.
I'm extremely pleased with the sentencing. Although it's 74 years, this is going to be something that goes on forever.
Cameras were not allowed in the courtroom. Mesh's brother Jim and daughter Alyssa and Leggio's widow Missy gave heartbreaking and at times scathing statements about how their lives are forever changed by Nguyen's, quote, selfish, greed-driven actions. Caitlin Anderson, the daughter of injured firefighter Chris Anderson, said her dad was never the same after that night. Nguyen was also sentenced for a 2013 arson at a previous nail salon in Lee Summit. An ATF investigation proved she has a history of being tied to suspicious fires at 3 other nail salons she ran. Documents 41 Action News obtained show that Nguyen got $40,000 in insurance money from the deadly 2015 fire, and that she collected nearly $268,000 in insurance payouts over 9 years, while taking $33,000 in food stamps. The state argued that a lengthy sentence would prevent her from hurting anyone else again. One of Nguyen's 4 sons said his mother is not the selfish, horrible person the prosecution portrays her to be. And then right before closing arguments, Nguyen began hyperventilating uncontrollably, and the court took a 15-minute recess. But in the end, the family says justice was served.
We're just happy that the day is over with and we got a verdict that we're satisfied with.
And Nguyen's defense say that they will be filing their appeal on Monday, but the prosecution is confident that that won't go anywhere. In downtown KC, I'm Sarah Blake, 41 Action News.
All right, Sarah, we've been covering this story since the fire happened in 2015. You can find extensive coverage online at kshb.com.